You're listening to The Edge 88.1 with Chelsey. So many of you are probably familiar with Bernie Sanders, a 2016 presidential candidate. And recently in an interview, he said that his plans are on fleek. Now, many of you are probably like me when I first read it, and I was like, what does on fleek actually mean? So I got on a little dictionary, and I found out it means that it is an act of being perfect. So Bernie Sanders is a 75-year-old man, and he knows what these young slang terms are. So I'm sitting here, and I'm like, I'm only 20, and I'm kind of sad that I don't know what's happening in the modern world. So I guess word of the day, the quality of being perfect. You're listening to The Edge 88.1. You're listening to The Edge 88.1 with Chelsey. So some hobby, quote unquote, is actually killing more people than shark attacks, which I find was quite interesting. But selfies have become such a big part of who we are today, so I guess it's kind of not. So 4 people apparently died from taking selfies and from falling off of buildings and stuff. And then other people, I think only 8 people died from shark attacks. And personally, I don't take selfies or anything while I'm driving just because I want to be safe, but I know from experience that I have friends and other people who just record themselves on Snapchat videos just to get attention or likes. So, moral of the story is don't take pictures and drive, just be safe. You're listening to The Edge 88.1. Make-A-Wish has one goal in mind, to help fulfill the lifelong wishes of children with life-threatening illnesses, and you can help. By starting on November 24th, Make-A-Wish has their 20th anniversary of Jolly Holiday Lights. One carload is only $10, and all admission costs go to Make-A-Wish to grant more wishes to children. They've so far granted over 600. To find more information, visit iowa.makeawish.org. Hello, Des Moines. You're listening to The Edge 88.1. This next hour, you'll be with Angela and Chelsey, and we have a lot of stuff for you coming up. But first, so J.K. Rowling, there's a lot of fans out there I know for the Harry Potter films, and she actually wrote a new film called Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And this is also centered around wizards, just like the Harry Potter films. And Rowling actually said on Twitter that this film won't be taking place in London. It'll actually be taking place in the United States, and she hasn't really said anything else about it, and she really wants to keep it a secret. But as a Harry Potter fan, I'm really hoping the film comes together well. I love watching all the new films, and from the cover of Entertainment Weekly that was released, it looks like it's going to be a great one. And I guess we'll just have to wait and see until 2016 when it comes out and is released to see if it matches all the hype that's coming up. But up next, we have Black Mongo on The Edge 88.1. That was Glass Animals on The Edge 88.1 with Chelsey right now. And so on a lot of social media, a lot of people have been becoming addicted. And this is no different for Asina O'Neill. She was just a basic 19-year-old just like me. And she had about 1 million followers on Instagram. And she decided to quit social media because she said social media isn't real life. And because of this, she actually went through and edited almost all of her photo captions to tell the truth about what she did or what was happening or what she was thinking the day she took them. And I remember just reading through them that some of them she was like, I took over 100 selfies to get this shot, or I didn't eat for a whole day so I would look skinny. And these are actually some moving captions, I think. But as a person, I used to have Instagram before I deleted it, and I remember just taking 20 selfies one day just to get the perfect one. And now I'm just kind of like, whatever. If I feel good and I look good, then that's what it's going to be. And many of you should think that way also. But up next, there's Bills by Lunch Money Lewis on The Edge 88.1. Hello, Des Moines. You're listening to The Edge 88.1 with Chelsey and Angela.
So excited to be here with you for the next hour.
So it's November finally, and that means that Black Friday is coming up at the end of the month.
Yes, it is.
And I'm really excited about it.
I'm personally really excited too.
Really, last year, I know they didn't really have that much good deals, or really, at least I didn't find any. But this year, I think they're going to step it up, and there's going to be a lot better things, hopefully.
I think so too. I think with the controversy that Thanksgiving, it's ruining Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Businesses started stepping up their game a little bit and also saying, hey, we're not going to open early. We're going to do this at this point.
Yeah, I know like Best Buy and Amazon, they've actually started their, what's that called? Black Friday sales earlier. So like Best Buy's is later this week and Amazon already has theirs online.
Personally, my favorite, this might sound a little weird, but personally my favorite is Victoria's Secret because you get the free tote bag with
I love Victoria's Secret.
Perfume and the body spray in it.
Best.
And it's the best. And I mean, yeah, you do have to spend, I think like $60, $70, but
it's not that hard.
Not that hard in Victoria's Secret.
Exactly. And I always love going to watch people watching, because there's some crazy people out on Black Friday.
It is. It's people go crazy for that stuff. I wonder, have you guys had any crazy Black Friday experiences?
We want to know.
We are curious to find out.
I haven't. Let us know at KDPS 88.
You're listening to Edge 88.1, back with Angela. Okay, Des Moines. So, a big story released last night that so-called claims of restaurants and new businesses are opening in the quote-unquote growing West Des Moines, more known as Mill Civic Parkway near Jordan Creek Mall. So kind of a big area that's been up and coming for the last, I would say, 10 years. But hasn't West Des Moines always been growing? And it's been growing for a while, so why is the buzz just now coming? I know with Fresh Market going in, Einstein Bagels and Caribou Coffee, that it's gotten a lot of people talking around the community and wondering how big West Des Moines is going to get. Is it going to turn into Waukee, where they're going to need to build new schools and branch out? Or what's really going to go on? I want to see how you feel. Tweet us at Edge 88.1. You're listening to Edge 88.1. Some exciting news just broke with the band Echo Smith. So last year, many of you guys may have heard that the Road to No Texting by the company 2DN2 supports a big fundraiser in all of the Des Moines and surrounding high schools. So private schools and public schools are eligible. Last year, Dowling Catholic took the top spot and won a private concert from Rixton, and then also a $100,000 grant. This year, they decided to make the band a little bit bigger, and it is Echo Smith, and they are doing the $100,000 grant again, but it's bringing some buzz up. Is it really showing a message? How many teens are still texting and driving? And I'm curious to see how you feel about it, because I personally think that it's showing a message. Yes, they're understanding no texting and driving, but really, is it stopping them from doing it? Tweet us at Edge 88.1. Again, you're listening to Edge 88.1.
That was Blake Sheldon, Drink on It, on the Edge 88.1. So many of you probably heard, after weeks of rumors, a rep finally confirmed that Blake Sheldon is dating Gwen Stefani.
My eyes were huge when I read the headline.
And he actually, I think they said they released it like 20 minutes before he went on stage for the Country Music Awards. So he was kind of trying to rub it in Miranda Lambert's face, I think.
I agree. I never thought that he would be that kind of guy.
Yeah, me either.
Ever. And it shocked me. And the timing was bad. I don't know. I thought he was a nicer guy than that.
Yeah, I thought he was pretty nice too. And like, they don't look good together. Like, no offense to them, but like their personalities are completely different. So I don't think they're gonna last.
I don't either. I feel terrible for Miranda.
Me too. She's like one of my favorite country singers, and I don't even listen to country that much.
I mean, she's like one of those people that's like sweetheart, you know, I don't know, nice, caring, does the good deeds a lot. And then, I don't know, I just always thought that her and Blake were very cute together.
Yeah, they've been together for a really long time.
Yeah.
So, like, the split was actually really surprising.
Oh, my goodness. I can't believe it. It is crazy.
Yeah. Do you guys think their relationship is going to last, too? Let us know at KDPS 88 on the Edge 88.1.
Welcome back to Edge 88.1. Chelsey, where is your favorite place to shop?
Well, Victoria's Secret.
Duh. Okay, but one of my other favorite places besides Victoria's Secret is Target.
Same here.
Because
Love it.
Target has makeup, jewelry, purses, scarves, clothes,
everything.
Shoes, everything. And it's super cheap and cute. And it makes me really happy. Scrapbooking stuff, crafty things. Duh.
Dollar Spot.
Dollar Spot's my
That's the
jam. Okay, so a headline was just released that Target might be wanting to let customers drink beer and wine while they shop.
Which is really surprising to me. Like, I kind of want to know, like, how do they know if somebody didn't steal something from their place and just started drinking it?
Exactly. So I don't know if their plan was, hey, we're going to have, like, Target cups with, like, alcohol and you have to bring them back. I don't know what that
That'd be a little strange,
method is. Because to me, I feel like it would just, like, not unless they're going to put a limit or, like, you can't get drunk. But to me, it's just going to kind of trash the place.
Exactly. Yeah, like public intoxication. Like those people
and
are
drinking
messy.
and driving. So not unless they really are gonna say, not unless they like once they enter in like your ID information, it'll pop up if you try to come back.
Yeah, unless they get like little shot glasses and you're like limited to a shot glass or something.
Seriously. But anyway, so I read a little more into it, and it says that Target has confirmed to USA Today that a new Chicago store in Streetsville is set to open in October, but they have applied for a liquor license. It's one of the newest trends that are coming around, and they said that it's their plan to test the new theme of health, which is ironic to me,
it's ironic.
and food.
Yeah, I think alcohol's unhealthy, though.
Exactly.
That's kind
exactly.
It don't make no sense.
I know. So, someone made a comment, but seriously, what's next? Boozy dentist office too, and they said, that's a great idea. Someone should do this. So, we'll see. I don't know what's going to happen, but stay tuned.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like they're going to open, like, a bar
in it, store. Like, you know how they have the Starbucks? I don't know if it's going to be, like, a separate, like, bar area. I think it's weird. What do you guys think? Tweet us at Edge88.1. Oh, wait, Edge88.
You're listening to The Edge 88.1 with Chelsey, and my guest today is Brenda Pongbachan, who is a Human Services major at Grandview University. Today we will be discussing immigration. Thanks for joining me, Brenda.
Thanks for having me.
So you and your family are close to the issues of immigration. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, my mother and my father and their families came from Laos. They migrated from Laos to Thailand during the Vietnam War. They stayed at a refugee camp there. They were officially sent to the U.S. After that. And that's how they earned their green cards and their official citizenship here in the U.S.
In what cases do you think it's okay for an immigrant to stay in the United States illegally?
In many cases, immigrants who come to the U.S. are here to work and to provide for their families. So I believe that they are genuinely here to work and are genuinely here to provide for their families, then that should be acceptable and they should earn their right to citizenship.
Do you think that that is a good enough reason? Because some people have said in the past that the United States might become overpopulated.
I do think that that is a good enough reason. The U.S. is a melting pot and it will always be a melting pot, and we should always embrace the fact that immigrants are coming into the U.S. So yes, I believe that immigrants who are genuinely here to work should be able to stay here in our country.
Donald Trump has said many controversial comments about immigration in the United States, including putting a wall across the southern border. How would you respond to some of those comments?
I do not agree with Donald Trump's views on immigration in general. I believe that his plan to build a huge border fence along the borders of U.S. and Mexico is completely absurd. The U.S. alone spends thousands of dollars on border patrol, and if we were to build a border, that would just add to the cost of what we already pay. He has talked about deporting all of the undocumented immigrants in the U.S. I believe that that is absurd. I think that it's going to cost way too much money, and that is not going to solve our issues of debt here in the U.S. The U.S. alone, they spent thousands of dollars on border patrol. And if we were able to build a fence, that would just add to the cost that we already spend. So that's going to be very costly for us. I also think that it's going to be very inhumane for us to build a huge fence because many people, they might get back and forth from the U.S. and Mexico, like I said. And that would just be very cruel if they are unable to cross the border and visit their families. Not going to solve the issues of immigration because people are still going to enter the U.S. no matter what.
Many people would say that immigrants are taking the jobs away from Americans. How would you respond to that?
I do not think that immigrants are taking away jobs from Americans. The jobs that they take are blue-collar jobs because they lack in education and skills. So the jobs that they have are jobs that we don't normally want. So I don't think that they are taking away our jobs. They're just taking the jobs that Americans don't usually work.
There are over 11 million illegal immigrants who have found jobs in the United States. Do you think there should be some kind of limit to who or what kind of jobs that they have?
I do not think that there should be a limit. If they are able to do the job, they are capable of doing the job, then they deserve it.
How does immigration help the economy?
Well, immigrants are here to work, and many of them generally do have jobs in the U.S. They contribute to the workforce, obviously, and that helps the U.S. economically. They make money. They do pay their taxes in many cases, so they contribute to the U.S. in many ways.
Do you think there's ever going to be a way to fix immigration, or do you think it's always going to be a problem that people are going to complain about?
It's always going to be a problem in the U.S., no matter what. People are still going to come to the U.S., and people will go the extra mile to come to the U.S., so we're never going to see an end to immigration.
Now, switching gears a little bit, so Grandview is predominantly white people. How does it provide a unique experience for people of other countries or ethnicities?
Grandview has grown a lot in diversity. Many of the students in Grandview are here on athletic scholarships. I think that Grandview does a great job in providing opportunities for people of different countries. It's amazing to see all of these foreign students coming in just to participate in our sports. And I think that that's really great.
That was 21 Pilots. You're listening to The Edge 80.1 with Chelsey here. Annie is with you with the next hour, but I'm with you for this hour. So, I told you to think about what cookie brand, basically, is moving into a new service, I guess. So, Girl Scout Cookies is actually moving into a whole new kind of service, I would guess. First, they started out just handing out flyers, buying in person, and then they moved to online, and now they're thinking about having a drive-thru. Actually, they have a drive-thru, which is in New Hampshire, and they so far have sold over 1,000 cookie boxes, and their goal is 5,000. So they said even though if they don't sell 5,000, then the girls will still have the experience of working for a business. Now, personally, I know I'm struggling with business, so for these young girls to go out there and actually try to do something with it is kind of amazing. So definitely something to look forward to, and it might actually become a trend. Who knows? If they do good, they might move here to Iowa, so I guess we'll find out. Up next, we have Way to Love by Black Keys on The Edge 80.1. You're listening to The Edge 80.1 with Chelsey. So, have anybody seen Kim Kardashian's hair recently? It is quite ugly. So, she went from the platinum black to a bleach blonde. So, a lot of people on social media have been talking about it. I think it even trended once. I don't know. But it is quite weird how she slicks it back, and it's not working for her at all. So, she told people in a recent interview that her look was actually inspired by Madonna, and a lot of people actually look up to Madonna, so it's not really surprising. And so an interesting story. I once went into a hair salon in West Des Moines, first time I'd ever been there, and I cut my hair from down about to my butt to my shoulders, and then I wanted blonde highlights. So I picked out a picture from a magazine, and then all of a sudden, when they're done with my hair, it took about 4 hours. My hair is like shiny blonde. It almost looks gray when it hits the light. And somebody actually told me, this was in high school, someone actually told me that my hair looks gray, and that was embarrassing. So I'm gonna not say the hair salon's name because it was that embarrassing. And I probably won't ever get blonde highlights again. Up next, we have Something New on The Edge 80.1. You're listening to The Edge 88.1 with Chelsey. So Emma Watson is known for being a big feminist, and she's only 24. So she has a lot going for her right now, very influential. And a lot of people were participating in her question and answer she did on her Facebook page about women's rights. So I wouldn't label myself as a feminist, but according to Emma Watson, anybody who stands up for equality is a feminist. So that caused a lot of controversy because a lot of people say, well, you're just a humanist if you believe in equality. But apparently to her, that's not the case. And of course, she has the He for She campaign, which is pretty much standing up for women, equal pay in the job, all of that stuff. So she also went on numerous Twitter rants about women having the same respect as men. So she's definitely putting herself out there, and she's only 24, so she knows what she wants to do, and she's going after it. So definitely applaud her on that. Up next, we have Just a Ride on Edge 88.1. That was 7 Things by Miley Cyrus on the Edge 88.1 with Chelsey. So speaking of Miley Cyrus, recently she's been posting a lot of Instagram photos, of course, and most recently she posted a video from the studio of her new recording for her song that's coming out. And honestly, I'm not a huge Miley fan. I find her voice quite annoying because it's mostly this nasal sounding voice. I'm not really up for that, but I will cut her slack. This song actually has a good beat, actually has a meaning, so I'm actually kind of looking forward to it, believe it or not. And on top of that, Miley Cyrus has, again, been on Instagram, and she's been posting pictures of her based on rumors that she was pregnant. So according to people, her and her boyfriend are having a baby, which is not true. And she's been posting photoshopped pictures on Instagram of her and him and getting an ultrasound, and they're laughing at them. And her father's actually in on it too, so he's like, I'm going to be a granddad and call me Papa on his Instagram. So definitely kind of interesting. She wants to stay in the limelight. She wants to be popular still. She's actually still going after Selena Gomez in her magazine cover, so jealous much. Up next, we have Runaway With You by Big Rich on the Edge 88.1. That was Runaway With You on the Edge 88.1 with Chelsey. So, Facebook, I think a while ago, added an emoji they call it, on their page. So you basically, when you make a status, you can put an emotion with it, and they added one that was called fat. And that caused a lot of controversy because many believe that fat is not an emotion, so you can't really put that on there. And then there was a campaign called Endangered Bodies, and they made this petition that had over 17,000 signatures, basically saying fat is not a feeling, you can't describe people as that, they don't have a choice. It's either their genetics, it's just their disorder that they can't take over, basically all of this. So a lot of people agreed, and Facebook more recently just got rid of that, and they now call it feeling stuffed. So I guess they got their way with that, and a lot of people are now happy, but still causing a lot of stir within the social media network. And personally, I have a friend who is, I don't want to say fat, but I'll say big boned, and she actually was just talking about this, and she's really upset about it because she doesn't want to be labeled like that, and especially since the younger people or the skinny people, and they always make the remarks oh, I'm fat, and she always makes a big deal out of that because it makes her feel ugly. So that's also a reason why this Endangered Bodies made this petition, is to help women feel more confident, because they believe that it is making people body shaming them, basically making them not feel comfortable. So this is going to help them a little bit more with that and feel more confident because they got rid of it. So with that being said, I'm going to go with yay on that one. definitely something that wasn't needed, and Facebook actually apologized for it and said that they didn't feel any offense on it. So that's definitely something that is a plus. Definitely mixed emotions on that. So up next is Ariana Grande, Problem, on the Edge 88.1. You're listening to the Edge 88.1 with Chelsey. So, Demi Lovato has been a huge fan for Kelly Clarkson. She's been posting on Twitter all the time that she definitely wants to make a collab with her. So, now, apparently, it's being rumored that they are indeed going to make a song together, which I think is amazing because I've been a fan of Kelly Clarkson since American Idol. And Demi Lovato, she always has a strong voice. She's inspiring tons of young girls, and they both have really strong voices. So their style and collab would be great together, personally, I think. So Kelly Clarkson said in an interview that they were supposed to work together, but then she got pregnant. So basically, that was put on hold. But now, Demi said it's absolutely her dream to work with Kelly, and that she will eventually work with her. And then, I think that Demi Lovato has a new album coming out, actually. So let's hope that Kelly Clarkson actually appears in one of them. We'll see. Hopefully. Up next is High on the Edge 88.1. That was High by Young Rising Suns on the Edge 88.1. So, apparently there is a girl who hasn't washed her hair for 6 years. And that's crazy to me. And that could be possibly because I wash my hair every day, even though it's not healthy because of the natural oils and all of that good stuff. But first off, her name's Elizabeth Deeden, and she said that she didn't used to wash her hair every day. She used to skip about one day. But now, after seeing some girls and they rumor that they didn't wash their hair all the time, she decided to try it out. And then after a while, she was like, okay, my hair is really greasy. And then after 6 weeks, it miraculously got better. So her dandruff went away, the grease was gone, and she actually had this really nice wavy looking hair. And I actually seen pictures of it, and I'm actually kind of shocked. If I go one day without washing my hair, it is a mess. So good for her. I mean, if it works, it works. But before she did the experiment, during the experiment, she always had like this itchy head. It was extremely gross, she said, and she just kept on putting her hair back in hair ties to just cover it up after vacation. Finally, it fixed itself, and I know there's other people. I think one person just washed it with, I don't even know, like oil or something. This was some older lady, and it worked for her too, so maybe we should all try it out, because right now I have really staticky hair, and not even straightening helps it, so it might be an experiment. Probably not for me, though. Up next, we have Hollow Moon on the Edge 88.1.